In today's video, I'll discuss 3 powerful words that women cannot ignore. These aren't just any lines. Their plans aim to capture people's attention, ignite their genuine interest, and establish enduring relationships. You've arrived if you want to impress women and improve your conversations. Stay here, as these tips will give you the advantage in any conversation. In today's world, where everyone is constantly messaging, posting and scrolling, it's difficult to stand out. But in dating and relationships, making an impression is more important than ever. This is where the power of words comes in. The right message said at the right time can cut through the noise and make someone notice. This is where Stoicism comes in. One of the main ideas of Stoicism is self-mastery and clear communication. Stoics believed we should control our reactions to the world and follow our morals when socializing with women. It's important to be honest and talk to people in a way that builds trust and respect. In this video, I'll demonstrate 3 types of messages proven by science to pique people's interest and evoke powerful emotions. These aren't just suggestions for start. These messages aim to establish enduring connections, rooted in the same principle that encourages us to be our best selves, yet often overlooked. You'll know how to use these messages to make a lasting impact by the end of this video. Are you prepared to harness the power of Stoic communication to ensure your lasting impact? Before we begin, please consider subscribing if you're prepared to transform your approach to relationships by harnessing the power of Stoicism. Each video is a step toward mastering your mind and making stronger, more meaningful connections. Okay, let's first examine why people ignore texts. Okay, before we delve into the content, let's discuss how to craft messages that women find irresistible. Let's examine the broader context to understand the reasons behind the loss of many words. If you want to get better at talking to women, you need to know why so many of your attempts fail, even when you think you're doing everything right. Let's break it down. Imagine a woman's phone constantly flooded with messages and alerts from friends, family, social media, work, and everything else. How can you ensure that your message remains unnoticed amidst the clutter? How do you get her to stop looking and actually care? The first step is to understand why she initially misses so many messages. Love me. If you can avoid these traps, you'll already have an advantage. And no, it doesn't feel personal. Have you ever gotten a message that seems like it was sent to 1,000 other people as well as you? It's like reading a script that could be anyone's. Hey, how's your day? But it doesn't really feel like they're asking you. Yeah, you've probably ignored those too. So here's the deal. It's not just about sending a text message, it's about saying, hey, I see you and I get what's important to you. Sending a generic message conveys a lack of effort and fails to establish a meaningful connection. But if you personalize it by mentioning something she cares about or bringing up a conversation from the past, it's as if you're telling her, I'm not just another guy in your DMs, I'm someone who takes the time to understand you. This is where Stoicism comes into play. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, wrote a lot about focusing on the present moment and giving your full attention to what's in front of you. So when you message a woman, don't just send out empty words. Put yourself in her shoes and take the time to write something personal. It's about making her feel valued, just like the Stoics say. Why is it so important to be purposeful in everything we do? No emotional hook. Everyone knows that feelings drive people. If your message doesn't make her feel something, like joy, curiosity, or even a little attraction, she won't read it. Emotions are what make us act. You know what I mean? When you read a message that makes your heart race a little, you understand what I mean. That's how strong an emotional hook is. Message her with more than words. Make her feel something, even briefly. Make her feel like you're something special when you text her. Stoic thinkers such as Epictetus showed us how important it is to control our feelings and act with purpose. However, this doesn't mean you should send overly emotional messages. It's about getting things right. Let your message hit the right emotional notes, but always stay grounded. Stoics value emotional intelligence, so use it to write a genuine, unforced message. 3. Bad timing. This is a challenging task, as the timing can significantly impact the effectiveness of a message. Have you ever sent a message and then not heard back? It's like looking at your phone and wondering, did I say something wrong? The truth may be simpler to comprehend. It all depends on when you sent it. Women have their own schedules, feelings, and habits. If your message arrives at an inconvenient time, such as when she's experiencing a challenging day at work or is distracted by something else, she may not read it. Stoics also knew how important it was to act in the right way. They said there is a right time to speak, an act, and a silence. When you talk to a woman, you should be aware of how she's feeling and what's going on in her life. As with Stoicism, you should avoid pushing things. Your strategy depends on timing. You need to connect with her at the right time, when she's most open to it. 4. It's just boring. Nobody likes dull things. Your message will be ignored if it sounds like everyone else's. How many times have you gotten a text message that was so plain and expected that you didn't even bother to reply? People, particularly women, naturally gravitate towards novelty, creativity, and deviations from the norm. If your messages are too routine, you'll just blend in with the others. This is where Stoicism can really help you stand out. They were not about fitting in. They were about being real and having a mission in a world full of messages. Adhere to the Stoic approach and don't merely fulfill requests. Make your words matter. Use your brains and imagination to come up with something new that people will want to read. Then why do messages go unread? Their genericness, lack of emotion, or boredom are to blame. But don't worry, you have the tools to avoid these mistakes. The next step involves crafting messages that not only capture attention, but also leave a lasting impact. When you combine these tips with Stoic wisdom, you'll not only improve your communication, but also your mindset and approach to relationships in general. Now that we've discussed the reasons behind message oblivion, it's crucial to enhance your writing skills and craft messages that truly stand out. It's straightforward to do something once you know why you should do it. Stay with us, and we'll talk about how to make sure you're never forgotten again. Part 2. The Secret Message. Okay, now let's discuss the first message that will grab and hold her attention, the message of surprise. If you've ever tried to break through to a woman you like, you know how difficult it can be. Through the noise, everyone's busyness and distractions conceal the mysterious message, akin to a hidden weapon. Remember the last time someone said, "I have something to tell you, but I'll explain it later." It was almost annoying because you wanted to know the answer, but they wouldn't give it to you. That's the power of the mystery message. What makes this work so well? Let's break it down. Our brains are wired to crave closure, which means that when there's something we don't know, especially if it feels important, we can't help but want to figure it out. This is called the information surplus. Gap theory. Psychologists say that when there's a gap between what we know and what we want to know, our brains work overtime to fill it. It's like watching a TV show with a cliffhanger at the end of every episode. You can't wait to find out what happens next, and you'll do almost anything to do so. This is exactly how the mystery message works. What does this mean for dating and relationships? Let's be honest. When you're talking to a woman you like, it's not always about saying the right things. Sometimes it's about making her want to know more. You'll have her attention, and you're halfway there. For example, Have you ever sent a short, sweet text that hinted at something more? A hint of mystery at the right moment can go a long way. Imagine telling her, "I've just thought of something that could totally change the way you see things, but I'm not sure if you're ready for it yet." What happens next? She becomes intrigued and wants to know what you're talking about. Alternatively, you could say, "There's something I've been meaning to tell you, but I'll wait for the right moment." Now she's wondering what it could be. She starts mentally replaying your conversation, trying to figure out what you know that she doesn't, and guess what? She's now emotionally invested. This isn't just about being mysterious for the sake of it. It's about creating emotional tension, and in the world of attraction, emotional tension is the key to drawing someone one step closer to the mystery message. This intensifies the tension and piques her curiosity further. How do you write the best surprise message? To keep things in balance, she shouldn't know too much, as it could ruin the surprise, but it's also important to avoid keeping her in the dark. A well-crafted mystery message keeps her guessing without immediately revealing the answer. Here are some examples that could work great in the dating world. "I just learned something about you that I think you'll find interesting, but I'm not sure if I should tell you yet." She wonders what you've learned and why you're keeping it to yourself. "There's something about you I've been dying to talk about, but I hope the right time comes along." She begins to question what it is, when is the right time, and why she should wait. "I just learned something new about you, but I'm not sure if I want to tell you yet." She is now eager to hear what you have discovered. "I know what you're thinking. How can I make sure this word gets to the right person? Right on time, my friend." The best mystery messages are those that seem natural and not forced, not making cryptic comments all the time, but creating the right intrigue at the right time. For example, if you've been talking to her for a while and feel like the conversation is slowing down, you don't want to be too direct or abrupt, but you also don't want to lose her attention. A well-timed mystery message can pique her interest and pull her back in. Or if you're just getting to know someone, a little mystery at the start can make her feel like there's more to you than meets the eye. You are not merely another dude with a mundane pickup line or an overused "how's your day going?" You are an individual with substance who understands how to capture her attention. When it comes to relationships, the Stoics tell us that we should focus on what we can change and not waste time or energy on things we can't. This is important. 3. The message of thanks. You can't control how she responds to every message, and you can't make someone interested, but you can control how you present yourself and how you talk to people. This is where the mystery message comes in. You're not desperate for a response, and you're not sending message after message hoping for an answer. Instead, you're showing self-discipline by writing messages that keep her attention and make her think without making her overcommit. In Stoic terms, this is practicing self-control and mindful communication. You're giving her something to think about without becoming too focused on the need to talk right away. Confirmation. Being mysterious isn't just for fun with surprise messages. It's a way to get inside people's heads and make them feel things. In dating and relationships generally, if you can pique a woman's curiosity about you, you've already taken the first step towards strengthening your connection. So the next time you text someone you're interested in, don't just send the same old boring text. Instead, send something that makes her curious and watch how much more engaged she becomes. And remember, the Stoic mindset says to control your communication, let go of the outcome, and stay focused on making a real connection. Now is the time to master secrets. Don't be afraid to leave some things open to interpretation. It's a game changer. Now, before we go on, if you found this helpful, please click the like button. This helps YouTube share this with more men who need it, and it also ensures that the content continues to be produced. It's quick, it's free, and it makes a big difference. Thanks. Let's do it again. The third part is a message of gratitude, okay? Let's discuss a powerful tool that can be utilized to establish genuine connections with women. This is not your typical "you look great today" compliment. Instead, we're going to talk about compliments that really matter, that connect, and that last. Take a moment to think about it. That's what we're going for, a compliment that makes you feel truly seen. That kind of compliment can change the tone of a conversation and make someone think about you long after it is over. Here's why compliments work. When we give a compliment, it's not just words floating around in our heads. It actually releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical. When you give or receive a compliment, it's like a mini celebration of the moment, making us pleased and making us feel positive about ourselves. That's why compliments are so powerful. When done right, they create positive, memorable moments. But here's where a lot of guys miss the mark. You need to be more thoughtful when you compliment someone. A simple "you look beautiful" will make them smile but not impress. If you want to really make an impression, you need to be more thoughtful. That's the secret to making your compliments count. Consider a specific observation you've made about her, something that may not be immediately apparent but demonstrates your attentiveness. For example, instead of telling her, "You look great," say, "I love the way you carry yourself with such confidence. It's really magnetic, the way you think through challenges. Your perspective is so refreshing. You have a natural ability to make everyone around you feel comfortable and valued." It's stronger to compliment character than appearance. When you compliment her like this, you value her beyond her appearance. This is where a lot of guys go wrong. They try too much to flatter her. If your compliment appears phony or excessive, she will easily detect it. Instead, focus on what you really admire about her. The more genuine your compliment, the more it will mean to her. When you notice the little things about someone, like how kind she is, how humorous she is, or how she's always there for others when they need help, you're not just complimenting her. You're recognizing the things that make her truly special, and those are the compliments that stick. Let's complete this circle by applying some Stoic wisdom. Stoicism says that we shouldn't look for approval from the outside world, but from the inner virtues, like wisdom and courage, fair play and moderation. Because of this, when you compliment someone, don't just focus on superficial things like looks or beauty. Instead, focus on her character, her actions, and the things that make her who she is. From a Stoic point of view, this fits perfectly with the idea of being in charge of our emotions and actions. Being honest when you compliment someone shows respect for them and your own self-control and maturity. Socrates said that a man has mastered his emotions and grown true character when he can respect someone else's virtues without needing approval for himself. The perfect praise at the perfect time is the golden nugget. Unexpectedly, compliments hold immense power. For example, you could text her in the middle of the day to say, "I really admire how you're always so level-headed. It's something I truly respect about you. I've been thinking about how effortlessly you lead your team. You've got a terrific sense of direction and vision." These small acts of kindness can have a big effect. It's the unexpected compliments given at the right time that show you care about her and are thinking about her. Part 4. Giving people power. Message. Small gestures that others might overlook can have a significant impact on her, fostering a sense of being noticed and valued. At the end of the day, we all want to feel seen and appreciated. Compliments satisfy our deepest need for approval and connection, and when you give one that's well thought out, detailed and real, it really means a lot. When you compliment a woman, you're not just making her feel positive in the moment, you're building a deeper bond that will last. So the next time you're talking to a woman you're interested in, try to go beyond the surface and compliment her in a way that shows who she really is. Be specific, be genuine, and most of all, be authentic. Trust me, you'll leave a lasting impression. From a Stoic point of view, this is the real way to connect with others, not through empty words, but through sincere recognition of their character and virtues. A well-timed, well-thought-out compliment builds on what was said and makes an impression long after the talk. Please try it out and let me know in the comments what the most meaningful praise you've ever received was. I look forward to hearing them. Also, remember to compliment women from a genuine place and see how it changes your interactions with them. The word of empowerment, okay. Your most powerful message will never be forgotten by a woman. We're talking about the empowerment message. I don't just mean telling her she's great. I mean a message that really hits home, one that makes her feel strong, seen, and ready to take on the world. She receives a message that unleashes her complete potential and provides her with a confidence boost she may not even be aware she requires. Here's a question for you. Remember a time when someone truly encouraged you and made you feel like you could handle anything? That's the feeling we're after. However, it's important to note that this type of message holds significant power in the dynamics between a man and a woman. It's not just kind words. You want to show her that you see her as a strong, capable person who can do outstanding things. This isn't just about praising her looks, it's also about her character, her strength, and her potential. We all have a desire to grow, to get better, and to be the best versions of ourselves. This is called self-actualization. Dr. Ed asserts that the desire to realize our full potential is a fundamental aspect of human nature. What do you think happens when you show a woman that you recognize her desire? You're not just boosting her ego, you're giving her something truly valuable. When you tell a woman you believe in her, you're not only making her feel good, you're also building trust. You're showing her that you see her for more than just her beauty. You see her drive, her potential, and her power. You're telling her, hey, I believe in you, and I'm here to support you as you grow. That's how you make a real connection. How can you convey a message like this that truly resonates with her? Let's deconstruct it into steps that will enable you to connect deeply with her. Don't just say, "You're awesome." That's nice, but doesn't get the point across. Instead, be specific and demonstrate your belief in her ability to overcome obstacles. Yes, I know this. Challenge seems big right now, but I've seen you handle tough situations before, so I know you can handle this. I can tell you've been working hard, and trust me, it's already paying off. You have the skills to make it happen. These words aim to sow a seed of belief in her potential for success, not just to cheer her up at the moment. Every time you empower her, you help her believe in herself just a little more. 2. Focus on the future. Empowerment isn't just about the here and now, it's about highlighting her potential. Talk about where she could go or what she can achieve, even if she's having a challenging time right now. A future-focused compliment not only motivates her, but it also helps her see the bigger picture. I can already see how much you've changed, and I can't wait to see where you are in a month. You've been making excellent progress, and I bet you'll be amazed at how far you've come. When you focus on her future, you give her something to look forward to and remind her that this moment is just a stepping stone to bigger and better things. 3. Make it personal. Making it personal is the key to a real message of empowerment. Anyone can send a "You're amazing" text, but only you can send a personalized message. What really matters is that you talk about her special qualities or accomplishments. For example, your determination to stick to your goals, even when things get tough, is something I really admire. Not many people have that kind of resolve. I've always been impressed by how you handle adversity with such grace. Your destiny for greatness is evident. The more personal and specific your message is, the more she'll feel like you're talking about her and not just saying things to make her like you. You recognize her hard work, strength, and potential. Now, let's connect this to Stoic thought, since the Stoics knew a thing or two about it. Conclusion: how to use Stoicism in your relationships. Words that inspire. Stoics believed that true strength comes from believing in yourself and having upright morals. Their view is that a person's worth is based on their self-perception and ability to endure, grow, and act with purpose. When you send an empowering message, like the Stoics, you're recognizing and affirming her own inner strength and potential. You're also recognizing her ability to face challenges, grow through hardship, and live with intention. By doing this, you're not only supporting her, but also showing that you understand the deeper principles of self-mastery and resilience. But there's more to it than that. If a man sends these kinds of messages, he has Stoic values. He's not looking for instant gratification or validation. Instead, he's focused on building something lasting and meaningful. He's helping her see her worth while also boosting his own sense of inner strength. Why is this a crucial aspect of a relationship between men and women? The truth is that women love to feel empowered. They want to feel like they're capable of achieving incredible things. They want a partner who believes in them and can see their potential. But it's not just about flattery. When you genuinely empower a woman, when you show her that you recognize her strength, it deepens your connection. You're showing her that you see her as more than just a beautiful face. You're showing her that you recognize her as a person with unique qualities, dreams, and capabilities, and that's the kind of relationship that goes beyond surface-level attraction and into something real. Next time you're talking to a woman, think about how you can empower her. Maybe she's facing a tough situation, or maybe she's just trying to reach a new goal. Whatever it is, take a moment to remind her of how amazing she is and what she's capable of. And don't just tell her, show her that you believe it. Trust me, she'll remember how you made her feel, and you'll stand out as someone who truly sees her for who she is. So there you have it. There are 3 types of messages that can significantly alter your connection with women: a message of mystery, a message of sincere compliments, and a message of empowerment. Following these Stoic principles will not only get their attention, but it will also deepen your connection in a meaningful way. You'll be communicating, but you'll also be building a bond based on honesty, respect, and understanding. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more tips on mastering communication and attraction. Also, don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Let's keep growing together, and I'll see you in the next one.